Hello and welcome to the Whisky Trials. I'm Neil if you're new here, and this is...
Hi, it's me, Alan.
Sorry Alan, that was a really bad impression, but I struggle to go that high. So, what have we got for you today? Well, we have the Edradour 2006 single cask, 13-year-old. Now, don't think you really get these anymore. It's been one of my favourite drams throughout the years. I have bought maybe at least 3 or 4 bottles. Was quite expensive. Started around the sort of £75-80 mark, ended up around 100 to the 120 mark, depending where you were getting them from. I think Alan might have bought this after speaking to me, like I was waxing lyrical about my bottle, which is, as you can see, almost empty. So my bottle's a 2005, bottled in 2018. There was only 535 bottles of this, and it was bottled at 65.9. Alan's 2006, like I said, bottled in 2019. There was 685 bottles, so quite a fair few more bottles in this one. But 57.3 ABV on this one. So they got more bottles out of it and less ABV. So I wonder if there's a slight variation in the cask that they used there. And we'll get to that because I've poured them already. And they've been sitting for maybe around 17 minutes or something. And yeah, you can see. I'll move over to it right now. Oh, well, you can't really see it on that. It's not as noticeable. Maybe if I move this around. Pardon the shaky hands. So, as you can see, Alan's dram is topped with Alan's coin. My dram is topped with my coin. I think Alan's still got some of those coins left. So if you want one, give him a shout. And I have some of mine left as well, so give me a shout. I think you can almost see the kind of variation there in the colour. Alan's is definitely darker, but I'll get it on the better camera and show you guys in a sec. So what I'm doing again with these videos is I'm not doing any cuts, any edits. So hey, happy Friday night, people. I know it's going up on Friday night because I'm not having to edit this. It's just, it's going to be where it is. I'm just going to put this up uncut. I don't have any notes on these either, so I'm just going to play it by ear and see how they taste as I go. I've got a little bit of water as well because obviously I've already said 65.9 on mine and 57% on Alan's. Hefty drams. So I'll probably add a little bit of water. With these as well, if you do have this or you can manage to find it anywhere, let me know because I'd probably quite like to buy another one. But one of the things that you might want to do is experiment with the time that you leave them in the glass before you drink them. Quite often when I drink it straight away, it can be quite overpowering. Maybe you lose a bit of the from the nose as well. You don't pick up as many fruits and all the rest of it because it's quite strong ABV wise. So leaving it a little while and experimenting with those times is a cool thing to do. I think I'm going to start with Alan's because obviously I know mine a little bit better. Plus Alan sent it, so coin off, and let's get straight into it. The nose. Yep, straight away big fruity notes. It's like stewed fruits, stewed damsons, plums, sugary notes as well. Toffees, like almost like a toffee apple as well. There's a slight zesty kind of green apple in there. It's big. Now you can tell, like if Whiskey Straight Al was here, he'd be like, "This is dirty. This is a dirty malt. It's so dirty," and it is. He's right to say it because it is. And you can almost smell that dirty, kind of earthy, oily, slightly licoricey. I know this is like Edradour can be like an acquired taste sometimes because you know, it's it does have that kind of dirty licoricey kind of notes to it. So, but yeah, almost like lots of red fruits, almost like a raspberry. But a lot of it comes across as being a bit kind of cooked and stewed, you know. And I'm sure on mine, occasionally there's something in here that makes me think mint. Um, it's not there all the time. It's like just catches your nose sometimes when you're passing it across and you're like, oh, is that mint? What was that? All right.
The palate.
Oh, there goes my phone. Oh dear. Wasn't that prepared. But like I said, uncut. Stick that there. So, whew, first ram of the night, and wow, 57. It's not overpowering. Actually, really sweet. Those fruits still come through. There's like there's definitely some candy in there. Um, Almost like an icing sugar, but there is a kind of chocolatey note, which is really, really, really good. You know, the mouthfeel is obviously that kind of oily, unchill filtered goodness. Um, Quite orangey, kind of zesty. I always think that there's a bit of an umami note, kind of savoury, earthy, mossy, oaky. Um, you know, you can tell it's kind of dunnagey. Just stick the coin back on that one.
The echo.
So what comes back is definitely that kind of earthy, dirty kind of mouthfeel, but there's still a lot of sweetness there. So I'm licking my lips here, and I can still get the kind of raspberries and plums and chocolate. It really sticks around for quite a long time. It's a absolutely fabulous ram. So if you can, I kind of hate doing these videos where like you're probably never going to be able to buy it, but check it, see if you can find it at an auction. And actually, I say it's been discontinued, but they do a 12-year-old, which is probably just as good. I don't think I've tried it yet. No, I've gone out of my way to get the 13-year-olds because they hold a special place in my heart. So yeah, find it if you can, and be prepared to pay upwards of £100 to £150. I have an older much older bottling of this from back when it was almost when I first started drinking whiskey. We got this one when we visited the Edradour distillery, and I managed to find one at auction, which was around was it the same cask? It was the same cask as one that I'd already had, which was amazing. And yeah, that's sitting waiting in the wings for a special occasion. So this is my one, the 2005. So it was a year earlier. Oh yeah, I didn't compare the. So Alan's on this hand and mine on this hand. And you can see it there, definitely. Yeah, Alan's is definitely darker. So it makes me think that, especially because there was like more in the barrel, maybe it was like in a big old whiskey pot or something, and this wasn't. Um, anyway, this has got a very nice color as it is.
The nose.
Let's get into it. It's interesting on this one. I immediately feel like I'm getting more honey, sort of heathery notes, heather honey, and heather. Walking through the heather, uh, damp kind of mountainside kind of thing. But there's some lighter notes in here as well with that honey. Maybe more of a caramel or a lighter toffee than the other one was. It was more toffeed. I'm gonna say this one's more, feels like it's got more green fruit, like green apples, pears, that kind of thing going on compared to the more reddish fruits on Allen's. But it's interesting. I mean, it's I don't suppose they care. It's single cask, so they don't care about the variants. But I feel like they've definitely done some different things with the casks here. So it just shows you that these single cask releases are I'm not going to say a hit or a miss, because like if it's good whiskey and you enjoy it, then it's good. But you definitely don't expect the same thing every time, because this is quite different. I'm getting like marmalade. It's just pure marmalade. Almost looks like marmalade too. I've got to say, I think I'm kind of enjoying this one a little bit more. I don't know what it is about sherried whiskies now. Quite often I find that I'm not maybe engaging with them as much, especially the simpler ones. So the ones that don't have such a complex nose, it's just that kind of, those sherry smells. So when something's throws up some more interesting stuff, I'm definitely more interested. Okay, let's move on, shall we?
The palate. The palate.
I love that. Yep. Again, I love this malt because the smells really come through on the taste, I think. And I'm getting that honey that I was getting before. For a big old ABV hit, 65.9. I mean, you can tell it's big, but it's remarkably smooth for being so high. I think Allen's might be a little bit sweeter. This one feels almost a bit kind of dirtier, a bit more bitter. Um, Zestier though, more oranges. That maybe that kind of leads into the bitter. Like the skin on an orange is kind of bitter. It's kind of like that. It's definitely earthy. It's big. Feels almost dirtier than Allen's one, than the 2006. I think probably because of that bitter edge, really makes that dirty malt shine through. And
The echo. Echo. Echo.
echo, echo. So what I'm feeling is coming back to me is much more of that kind of dirty, earthy, bitter, zesty orange thing, So just like just these malts, like from the nose to the palate, to the kind of echo, what you get is fairly consistent, I feel. Now, you might be thinking, this one doesn't sound as nice as Alan's, because Alan's was a lot sweeter. I thought there was the kind of icing sugar and stewed plums. This definitely got a kind of stewed fruit feel to it as well. So don't get me wrong, it's got some similar characteristics. And I think if you did like the sweeter ones, Alan's 2006 is probably going to suit your palate more. If you don't mind being challenged with a bit of bitterness, then maybe this one's the ticket. I quite like that bitterness. Sometimes you find it in the Glendronach 18, which I've not had for a long time. But I was picking up quite a bitterness, not when I first started drinking it. So different bottlings were different for me, but I definitely started picking up a bitterness, which was still nice. Quite like that. I suppose it's the difference between eating like a sweet raspberry and a grapefruit or something. Some people like grapefruits, some people like raspberries, some people like both. Right. That was good. Let's just shift to the whiskey cam. Again, see if we can pick up those colours again. Oh, I drank more of mine than I did of Alan's. What does that say? Probably just I like the high ABVs. Oh, diggity. Right. What was I going to do? I was going to put some water in. So, if I just... Oh, there's Alan.
Me, Alan.
There it is. Right. Take these coins off. I've got a little pipette for my water here, which I got off a event I attended. Now, I think it's important that people try water with these high ABV ones because you can really, really pick up some different stuff when you put some water into it. It's amazing what it can do. Just take a little, clear my palate a little bit. So back onto Alan's after probably about, I don't know, I'm going to say about half a teaspoon of water. Give it a little bit of a mix. Now these drams are like really well known for, Edradours are really well known for their legs stickability onto the glass. Ooh, that's a good one, Alan. That's so good. I mean, straight away the water has released so much more in terms of like it's toffee popcorn. It's really released those kind of toffee, caramel, burnt sugar notes. Oh yes, that's nice. Oh, I forgot my wee thing.
The nose.
Can't forget the nose. So yeah, buttery, toffee, popcorn, slightly charred sugar. Fantastic. And that is why you add water to these big ABV malts. Just for the sheer heck of it, even if you love it without it, and I do love them without any water, go for it. Go for the water and get a different experience. I forgot it again.
The palate.
Palate. That means I get to take another sip. So with the water, I'm going to say it's definitely less harsh. There's a creamier, buttery, more smooth, said the word smooth, feeling to it. Doesn't feel like it's lacking in any more oils or in any more mouthfeel. Still getting a lot of those kind of stewed red fruits. Maybe the water has released a slightly kind of fresher feel. Yeah, it's just like damson plums coated in slightly burnt sugar with a toffee sauce, and somebody's throwing popcorn at you. Really good.
The echo, 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 echo,
echo. The echo, much the same. It's big, it's bold, stays in your mouth. You can lick your lips for a while. You're still going to get a bunch of those flavors going on. Really good. Let's see how my one fared with a bit of water, shall we? Definitely lighter. Still good legs.
the nose,
The nose. So this one hasn't released any toffees, or as much toffees as the last one, which was like amazing. This one smells almost a little bit flatter. It's not quite as vibrant as before, but it's taken away a bit of that dirty, earthy woodiness, and it's released a bit more of the apples and pears, and there's a light toffee there, but maybe it's more caramel. I think it's definitely more caramel, like I said before. Vanillas. It's lighter. It's more floral now, I think. Yeah, yeah, definitely more floral. Can't quite put my finger on it, but maybe it's that the heather honey coming through again.
the palate,
Said it once. I'll say it again. I think this is dirtier. It's bigger. It's bolder. Obviously, the ABV probably plays a part in that. It is more licoricey, more earthy. Yeah, just more damp not rainforest, more damp woodland kind of feeling. Now that I've said that, I kind of get a bit of pencil shavings on the nose. Thinking about wood.
the echo, echo, echo.
What keeps coming back to me again? I think it's the more licoricey note, and there's some lighter kind of floral stuff. It's almost like probably like a vanilla pod oil feel. Quite big and bold. And boy, wow, I think if you're unprepared for that one, you might need to add a fair bit of water, maybe take that down to sort of 50% mark or something, because whew, boy, it can give you a burn on the way down. Cheeks are going red. Well, I mean, that was amazing. Thank you so much, Alan, for sending me that. High five to you. There we go. That's a better one. And it was really nice to compare those two and to see the sort of variation between the two casks. Fantastic. Really, really enjoyed them, and I shall continue to enjoy them. But I think that's all I've really got to say. Again, these are the kind of videos I'm going to start putting out a little bit more, less editing, more off the cuff. If you send me a sample, expect me to do something like this to it. And yeah, let us see where we go from there.